I have good news. Within the next 6 weeks, cool weather shall arrive. Are you excited? Prior to the arrival come the season openers of the National Football League. Yes, the NFL will launch its first games next weekend. Are you excited? Our next speaker is an avid fan of his favorite NFL team, the Bears. There's a Bob, and someone could cut the red light. Conflict occurs when his company transferred him from Chicago to Green Bay, Wisconsin. You can see the problem. Have you, fellow Toastmasters, ever walked into the Lions' den? In this case, the Packers' den? Please help me welcome Tim Ricke with his speech, Me versus the Field Goal Kicker.
That company he's referring to is called Sears Roebuck. Yeah, does anybody remember them? Used to be the biggest retailer in the world when I worked for them years ago. And they did. They transferred me to Green Bay. And I got to know the people in the stores. My first assignment as a management of a department. And two of my buddies, one was managing men's clothing, and Jim and Ed was managing boys' clothing. Each day, we take a little walk at 2 o'clock to take our break through this open mall, have a cup of coffee or Coke, and come back. Well, on this particular day, we're going out, and I'm on the inside, and all of a sudden the door swings open from the store next door, and I'm starting to fall backwards. And a hand reaches out and pulls me up, and this guy said, "Oh man, I'm sorry. Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Do I know you?" He said, "I don't think so." And I said, "Yeah, but you're familiar." He said, "Well, I've been in the Green Bay Press Gazette lately." "Why is that?" "I'm the new field goal kicker for the Green Bay Packers. My name is Dale Livingston, and I work part-time at Priney's department store." You can see they made big money in those days. See, could I join you guys? Could a Green Bay Packer join us? What would you do, guys, right? Of course you could. So each day Dale would go with us on our little break down to have our coffee. And this went on for the early months of the summer, and then July comes 2 days. That means you work out in the morning, take a break in the afternoon, and go back out and do it again. That was Lombardi's way, and that was his last year in Green Bay. But the problem was that Dale had a lot of trouble kicking field goals. And one day, as the preseason started, he wasn't doing well. And the Packers are making a decision here by September, this week, as a matter of fact, is going to make a decision who gets cut. So he says, "You know, your Bears are coming to town the first week in October." And I said, "Yeah, we're going to beat you, but." And he said, "Oh, no." I said, "It's going to be a close game, probably a field goal." And he said, "Yeah, now kick it." And I said, "Well, I don't know. You haven't kicked one over 35 yards in practice yet." Oh, red feet, red face. He was mad. "Do you go to the game?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to sit with Jerry's kid." Jerry had 2 tickets. He had a concession, so he couldn't be there. So I'd sit with his kid. He said, "Where's that?" And I said, "Up in the stands on the east side to the left." And he said, "Okay, why? Never mind." So the day the game comes, my first NFL game where I could actually go because you could get into the place. So I'm sitting here with Jerry's kid, and I'm watching these guys come out. I can't believe the size of these guys. They all looked like Perry. They were frigid. They were huge. You didn't see that on TV, but you certainly did in live. They come out, the game goes back and forth for the time required, takes a break. And then it gets down to the last 2 minutes of the game. My Bears are up by 2 points. I said, "Oh man, got it made here." So we get down to the last 2 minutes, and Green Bay's on a 10-yard line. Not that one, this one. They've got to go all the way down to the other end of the table. And wait a minute, they've only got 2 minutes left. So here we go, 57 seconds later. Minute 57 seconds, sorry about that. They're on the 35-yard line, and it's the 4th down. And out comes Dale. He steps up. I'm thinking, that's 35 yards plus 10, right? Because you got to get the extra to kick the field goal. And I said, "Phew, I got it made here." He takes us 3 steps back. And bam! He kicks that. It goes right through the center, down, and a guy 3 rows below me ended up with the ball. They didn't have a net in those days. He stumped me. And I thought, oh my gosh. So I left there very dejected. I thought for the first time in years the Bears would win in Green Bay, and they didn't. Well, you see, on If they won the game on Sunday, they got Monday off. So guess who comes up on our break time at Sears? Dave comes over and he said, "How you doing, Tim?" "I'm doing okay. What'd you think of the game?" "Great game, congratulations." He said, "I told you he beat you." And I said, "Yeah, but how in the world did you change that much? I mean, that was equivalent to a 50-yarder because of the height that went as well." And he said, "Well, that's because of you." "Me? What did I have to do with that?" He says, "Well, you got me so mad when you mentioned the 35-yard thing that I was determined to kick it right down your throat." And I said, "Are you telling me that I had something to do with the outcome of an NFL game?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, cool. Now who's stumped, right?" So I thought that was very interesting. Dale then lasted one more season because he went to the Raiders, and then they took him out of the game, altogether. He became a doctor, a family physician. He died about 4 years ago in Cleveland. So he was a great guy. What an experience that was for me. And the result was that, you know, sometimes you say something wrong, and it comes all the way back around to help you and shock you and surprise you. So that's a memory I'll never forget. So Dale Livingston was quite the field goal kicker that particular game, and where it went from there, Mr. Toastmaster.